Hello. President Obama, the lost opportunity. It is most important and prestigious job in the world to be the president of the most powerful country, the United States of America. The US is also the oldest and most powerful democracy in the world and beacon of hope. As per the Constitution, the President is the Commander-in-Chief of the most powerful armed forces in the world. This is even more humbling and brings its own power, privilege, responsibility, and dignity. For these reasons and more, our first President, George Washington, was a real Commander-in-Chief. And this country has produced many presidents who happen to be from the military background. Just to name few: George Washington, Roosevelt, Eisenhower.
Balls. President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle went to 10 inaugural balls, including the Commander-in-Chief's ball, where President Obama saluted the military.
It is wonderful to be surrounded by some of the very best and bravest Americans. Your courage, your grace, and your patriotism inspire us all. To you and to all of those watching from around the world, know that as President, I
also spoke to troops overseas by video link, members of the Illinois Army National Guard 33rd Infantry Brigade Combat Unit.
It sounds very hollow when the President repeats, "I am very proud to be your Commander-in-Chief," without having any practical knowledge. President Barack Obama had worked hard and deserved his vacation in Hawaii just before taking over as our new Commander-in-Chief.
Paparazzi on the beach are being watched themselves by Secret Service, but they did manage to get a shot of the president-elect in his least formal wear. Neighbors don't seem to mind the roadblock on their street if it means seeing Obama.
I wouldn't call it a big pain at all. I think it's worth the effort and doesn't take long at all to do.
The Obamas chose this location in part because the house is located at the very end of this secluded beach, unlike the tourist-filled Waikiki Beach a half-hour away. While this is vacation, the Obamas have been hitting the gym each morning at a nearby military base. On Monday, the president-elect posed for pictures with Marines on his way out.
Hey, how are you?
He also teed up 18 holes of golf, but said his game is not so good. The Obamas arrived in Honolulu on Saturday. It's a homecoming for the president-elect who spent most of his childhood here and is treated like a neighbor.
I respect his privacy, and we just want them to have a good time before he gets into the heat of battle.
A battle that begins in just 28 days.
I do feel that instead of taking 2 weeks vacation, he could have spent just 1 week in Hawaii and spend his second week in preparing himself to be our next Commander-in-Chief. He could have spent 2 days each with Army, Air Force, Navy, and Marine in their barracks, ships, and aircraft, watching the real-life scenario so that when the general talks to him about the subject matter, he will have better understanding of the issue and lingo used by them. Like President Obama himself told that he is not an economist, but is sharpening his skill set due to financial crisis in the country. One has to appreciate British for this in this regard. Their princes are proud to serve the armed forces.
29 years old. And what's happened, I'm no longer 29. When you see my wife, you'll think she is. But ladies and gentlemen, my admiration from the day I arrived here has literally, not figuratively, grown every single year that I've been in Washington, D.C. as United States Senator and now as Vice President of the United States. I want you to know that I have a special place in my heart for all of you. I've followed you guys all over the world. You're the bravest, best equipped, most competent military in the history of mankind. And you know, although I guess technically I speak to you tonight as Vice President of the United States of America, and that is an honor. That is an honor. But I also speak to you as a father who has a son stationed in Iraq. And I can tell you without reservation, that is a greater honor than being Vice President of the United States of America.
Now for CNN reporter Mr. Anderson Cooper. As you know that US President and his time is very important. So when you get opportunity to ask him question, the time can be better utilized by asking him the burning issues that we all face. Are you not trivializing and up to some extent demeaning by asking him about the puppy rather than asking him about the burning issue, for example, veteran affairs and many other things? And at last, Mr. Cooper, it is very nice to encourage anyone to quit smoking, but it is cruel and inhumane to haunt anyone, let alone the president, for smoking. Give the guy a break. Now, Mr. President, I am a non-smoker, but I support you 200%. If you can quit smoking, please do that. Until then, please make at least one room in the White House as smoking zone, and please light up your cigarettes and cigar and enjoy yourself. God gives us this life to enjoy ourselves and to serve others without hurting anyone. You are just doing that. Last time I checked the US Constitution, it doesn't prohibit smoking. So Mr. President, go ahead and enjoy. We are fully behind you. God bless you and God bless America.